A lot of people come up and ask me about songwriting, and well, not a lot of people, a few people. I think there was one guy one time. And about where songwriting. I wrote this next song here when I was over in Europe. Like I say, I'll name drop here. I run over there with a young guy named Slade Cleaves. So we were doing this songwriter tour, and Slade was explaining how he came to write this song. He's got this great song called Give Me One Good Year. It's on his album called Broke Down. And he was explaining how he came to write this song. He said he was going through a really bad period in his life. Things were really not going well, that things were so bad and so hopeless that in desperation, he threw out this prayer, give me one good year. That he took that prayer and he put it this beautiful melody and put these really powerful lyrics to it and made this wonderful song. And he explained this, and he sang the song, and I was so moved by that. I said, that's something I should do. I should take a prayer and write a song, until I realized that, you know, the only prayer I know is, God, if you get me out of this, I promise I'll never do it again. It just didn't quite have the same ring. And, you know, I don't want to get Billy Joe on you here, people, but talk about prayer really quick. And prayer is a very mysterious, wonderful thing. It really is. You know, the great thing about prayer, especially that prayer, God, if you get me out of this, I promise I'll never do it again, it's worked 4 times. So I highly recommend it. The 10th time. I'd like to preface this with a quote that I believe is attributed to Woody Guthrie. He said, it's a folk singer's job to comfort disturbed people and to disturb comfortable people. Y'all walked up and said, well, you don't need no lightning rod. Hit our live ranch down here, I can't recall the last storm. You ain't gonna need that leather jacket, it gets kinda warm. There's one way in, there's no way out, it looks like you're here to stay. All the place in the mess, it's overcrowded, more coming in every day. I said, oh man, wait a minute, well there's got to be something wrong. I ain't a bad guy, I just write these little songs. I always pay my union dues, I don't stay in a fancy lane. And he said, what about all the alcohol and cocaine? I said, well, yeah, that's no reason to put me in hell, cause I didn't use the cocaine to get high, just like the way it smells. He said, come on over here, son, let me show you around. Over this way put the TV preachers that never like those clowns. They's always blaming me for everything wrong under the sun. Well, it ain't that harder to do what's right, it's just not as much fun. And then they walk around thinking they're better than me and you. Oh, some get caught in a motel room doing what they said not to do. And all the murderers and the rapists, well, they go in the spiral lake. Well, as most of the politicians and the cops on the take. And all the mothers who wait till they get to Walmart and slap the kids. Instead of showing them what to do, what's right, they hit them for what they did. And the daddies who run off and abandon their daughters and sons, anybody who hurts their child is gonna burn until they're done. Well, everybody's down here said, who's up in heaven with God and the Son? Oh, he said some mystics and saints and students of metaphysics 101. People who love and they care and they share and they try to do what's right. Yeah, beautiful old souls to read little stories to the babies every night. What you won't find up in heaven are Christian coalition, right-wing conservatives, country program directors, and Nashville record executives. Well, I said I made some mistakes, but I'm not as bad as all those guys. How could God do this to me? Oh, can't you sympathize? He said you're wrong about God being cruel and mean. He said God is the most loving thing that's just never been seen. I said, hotshot, tell me this, which religion's the truth? He said, well, voodoo is not a Christian, but Jesus, he would have made a good Buddhist. Think about it. A little like I I was going to be stuck here as far as I could tell. So I thought I might as well suck up. You know, what the hell. I said, hey, remember that song that Charlie Daniels did about how you went down to Georgia and you played fiddle against that kid? He said, yeah, it broke my heart, but what are you going to do? Said, well, to tell you the truth, I thought your solo was the better of the two. I still do. Well, then I woke up and I lied in my bed, so I ran upstairs and kissed my little boy on his sleeping head. I took this dream as a sign there was a God, so I thought I'd better pray. I said, don't ever speak to me directly. Thanks anyway, so much has changed about me besides just giving up red meat. Yeah, some get spiritual cause they see the light, and some cause they feel